Hey buddies, it's your Ninja Thunder Z96 and today, we will be talking about TP training as requested by some players. Before I start, please do subscribe to my channel and turn on the notification bell if you do not want to miss out any tutorials. For your own information, I may not be the best at PvP but I will try my best to teach you guys the best ways to TP train your Loomians alright. Firstly, you need to know the best TP hotspots to train your Loomians. For melee attack, the best TP hotspot will be at Route 6 by Trainer Macy, the NPC player with pink hair near the Route 6 entrance. For speed, the best TP hotspot will be at Route 6 by Trainer Gabe, the NPC player near the Rally Ranch. For ranged defense, the best TP hotspot will be at Route 6 by Trainer Charles, the NPC player near the NPC player that gave saddles. For ranged attack, the best TP hotspot is at Route 6 by Trainer Lean, the NPC player near Route 6 exit. For melee defense, the best TP hotspot is at Route 6 by Trainer Gray, the NPC player near the campsite. For health, the best TP hotspot will be at Route 1 by Trainer Daniel, with his only Twillet. As for energy, you can only TP train at Igneous Hollow by defeating Skilavas and Igneals. As such, when you encountered corrupted cradles, it might mess up your TP and thus, you can try and get gummies for energy or pray hard that these Loomians won't be encountered. There are also other training hotspot like Trainer Teddy where it gives you 4 melee attack and 2 speed TP. As such, you can train Loomians like Vesperatu, Garlash, Tatab, and etc. that requires both speed and melee attack. You can also TP train your Garbantus at Route 7 where there's Trainer Hayden with Guppies where it gives 1 speed TP and Terraclaw that gives 2 melee attack and 1 melee defense. Otherwise, Trainer Hayden is the best hotspot for grinding Lumacoins. So, to get ready for Atlantean City update, you know where to grind for Lumacoins alright. After knowing all these hotspots for your TP training, you need to know how to TP train them. I will be giving an example with regards to TP training and you will get to understand how others do their TP training and sets as well. However, again disclaimer, everyone has their own sets and you may choose to explore and find the perfect set of moves and TP sets on your own alright. I have my Spreezy here which is used as a setter and a Metronet counter mainly. It can tank mostly any hits except for a few that I will be talking about it later on. So this is my set for Spreezy and a lot of you guys have been wondering as to how the damage calculator actually calculate all these. Also, is it really true that all Loomians follow the 4 TP energy rule? We will unveil it now alright. In Pokemon, there's a formula to calculate the stats of each and every Pokemon which varies from each generation. Loomian Legacy has their own set of formulas when it comes to calculating the stats of each and every Loomian. To calculate health, the formula is shown as stated in the video. Giving you an example of how to get the stats of health points of a particular Loomian, we will be deriving using Spreezy's stats. Bracket 2 times 62 where 62 is the base stats of Spreezy's health, plus 40 UPs, plus 48 TPs divided by 4 bracket times 45 which is the level currently over 100, plus 45 plus 10 will give you 134.2 which was rounded down to 134. For energy, the formula is shown as stated in the video. For example, open bracket 2 times 95 which is base stat of Spreezy's energy, plus 40 UPs plus 4 TPs divided by 4 close bracket times 45, over 65 plus 80 and the whole of that times by personality which is 1, that will give you 239.9 which again will be rounded down to 239. As a result, not all follows the 4 TP rule due to the special rounding off rule in Loomian Legacy where it will round off to the previous whole number. Lastly, for other stats, mainly melee attack, ranged defense, melee defense, and speed, we will use this formula as stated in the video. For example, by taking speed as an example, it will be open bracket 2 times base of 93 plus 40 UPs plus 128 TPs divided by 4 closed bracket times by 45 which is the level currently, over 100, plus 5 and the whole of that times by personality which is 1. That will give you 121.1 which is rounded down to 121. Personality can be multiplied by 1.2, 1.1, 1, 0.9 or 0.8, depending on the nature. For instance, the nature of my Spreezy is very robust, which gives a buff of 1.2. If it's robust only, it will be a personality multiplier of 1.1. A quick example alright. Open bracket 2 times base of 93 plus 40 UPs plus 120 TPs divided by 4 closed bracket times by 45 over 100, plus 5 and the whole of that times by personality of 1.2. That will give you 144.24, which is rounded down to 144. Exactly the same as the damage calculator, alright. Hence, not all Loomians follow the 4 energy TP rule. When in doubt, just use the formula given. It can be found in LL Wiki. I will put the link in the description down below. After knowing the whole mechanics behind those calculations, it's your turn to explore those TP sets, alright. You can get a total of 500 TPs that can be distributed amongst 7 stats. For me, I will always head over to LL Wiki and search for that particular Loomian's weaknesses. And from there, I will deduce how I should TP train my Loomians. For instance, where Spreezy is only used for setups, I have to make sure that Spreezy can tank 2 hits by Loomians such as Himber and Mutagen, which are overrated Loomians in PvP. Secondly, besides those Loomians, you should also know what are some of the overrated Loomians that most players are using that may one-hit KO your Loomians. For example, Specialization Meatytoad can one-hit KO Spreezy. Ventation might pose a threat to Spreezy as well, and etc. If you do not know what are some of the Loomians that are commonly used in PvPs, you can do a couple of 2v2 to understand what players are using, and from there, you can play around with the damage calculator. Thirdly, always balance your team. It's impossible for you to use all tanks to win or stall in PvPs because there are some moves like Provoke or Deja Vu that prevent you from winning. Always have 2 fast sweepers in your team, 1 support which can be used to eliminate traps, 2 bulks which can be mixed bulks. You can also do 4 tanks and 1 sweeper, where within that 4 tanks, it can be a mixed tank and sweeper. All sweepers might not be the best in the case, and thus, always know how to balance your team. Have a mix of range and melee attackers, alright. For my team, it's mainly on the ranged attack side, which is a bad strategy because I will not be able to counter Loomians that stall Peace of Mind or with Venilin or Infernix, which is pretty bulk in range defense. Lastly, once you have set up your team, do a couple of PvP fights. Try and get use of your new team and know your weaknesses within the team. For example, my team is weak against fire type in general, where only Spreezy and Venilin can tank hits pretty well. After knowing your weakness, find counters against Loomians that you already know you are weak against them. That's all I would like to say, and again, I'm not the best PvP player out there who can give you the best sets or tips to ace PvPs. There are lots of better PvP players and YouTubers out there which you can follow. This is only a guide to those who are confused about the mechanism behind the damage calculator and who are lost as to where they should TP train their Loomians. As for opinions related to TP training and setting up PvP, it's just the tip of the iceberg where I only briefly talked about it, alright. If you're unsure about PvPs, you can comment in the comments section down below. I will try my best to help you with regards to TP training and the use of damage calculator. Otherwise, please do leave a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for more tutorials. Cheers.